saying that that would be her only weapon, or that she feels that this is her only way of using her weapons, because there are much more things that she could use. But in a society where a woman is like seen as an object or lost object, yeah. I mean, you can see it from two sides. Like the person who's living in the situation feels like, okay, these are my only weapons, let me use them.
Right.
Then okay, then yeah, I can understand how you think.
Again, like the more situational forces.
Yeah. So you can give arguments both sides. It's a shame for me that a woman doesn't feel that her body is her weapon. That it's not her brain or her creativity or anything else.
For the women who choose sex work instead.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's ever possible that someone, a woman could say that that's her creative outlet and that her spiritual outlet is sex work? And then that's what she needs to do?
Like, I could really not imagine it for myself. But then again, like, different kinds of people who look at life really differently than I do. So now I don't feel able to say, no, it's not. Yeah. Because I just see that people really have different ways of seeing and experiencing life, and that my way of seeing things can just be really different from somebody else's experience. So I could not imagine. But maybe for somebody else, maybe she truly feels that it's her expressive force and that she feels good at it and she feels like she's realizing her true self, or she's doing what she likes to do and she feels good at it. Yeah.
So, from more of a personal real-life story standpoint, do you remember the first time you ever heard of sex work or prostitutes in formal fashion? Like, did you hear from them off of the news, or were your parents talking about it, or see something in the newspaper perhaps? Do you remember?
I think it must be like American, probably with like the school is giving some kind of information about women that you just say no and stuff like this, and I think that's when I got acquainted with the idea of prostitution. They give examples starting really on small base, like for example, just that men, for example, would come to a girl and touch her, and the girl doesn't really know what's happening, and she would get into some kind of sexual act that she wouldn't want, and then they introduce this idea, and then later they show that some girls actually went into this more frequently, and they started making money with it. So I think that's maybe the first time that I got acquainted with it.
So you learned, or from that, it sounds like they started out saying of the of girls who were molested or harassed, sexually harassed and things like that, and then that led them into, they kind of got, numb to the idea of people touching them or whatnot, so that kind of led them into being not okay, but being used to people touching them, so they kind of decided, why not make some money off of it? Or
well, not exactly. Like they gave, I think, like the schools gave us information about sexual abuse,
right,
that it occurs, and how it occurs, and what you could do, and that they also gave the example, like you could, for example, be molested sexually. In many cases, but that the girl doesn't become a prostitute after that. That she has that in her history, personal history. But that some people, that they get involved in it as a job as well. So I don't think people that get molested or whatever, they become prostitutes. I think.
You feel that so it's not that women who are molested will become prostitutes. It's that do you feel that a lot of prostitutes though have been sexually abused or molested at one point in their life, and so maybe that's why you
maybe I think like could be. I can't say like 100%. Maybe yes, because then they already were kind of hurt in a way, like that anyway they felt used already, and that there was not much to lose anymore, and that made the step a little bit easier to become a prostitute. I think maybe that's the explanation I would say.
But not you would say, do you feel that that's for the majority of prostitutes, or?
Well, yeah, I can't imagine, or it's hard for me to imagine that girls that never had any kind of molestation or whatever, and they just need to go and just go into prostitution or whatever. I think they come into some kind of situation where people kind of steer them into it, and somehow they were already kind of molested maybe, and that made them think of sex in a different way, something not connected with love, but just as sex. They see it as like an objective, like the object outside of them, and that makes the bridge easier to become prostitute. So maybe the majority would have some kind of history with sexual abuse.
I am going to go ahead and this up so that you have answered all of my questions that I want to know. Are there any other stories, or is there anything else you want to share, or any other thoughts or feelings you have about this?
Not that all kinds of ideas that will break.
We can turn it back on. We can turn it back on.
Well, maybe a private idea, yeah.
Sure. Well, thank you very much. Shishani Vranckx. And just so it's on tape, is it alright if I publish this on the internet or send this to FedEx?
Sure.